Comienza. Can someone listen to me? Oh god, this is going to be a disaster. Can someone listen to me? Okay, cool. This is going to be a gigantic experiment. I gotta shut this thing down. It's gonna be a gigantic experiment because I have a very elaborate setup in order to stream and simultaneously like record, and I'm just experimenting with this game to see if it actually makes sense for the video. So hello there. I gotta decrease the mouse sensitivity, but if I do that, I don't know if it's going to screw around with the graphics. Hopefully not. Well, I'm probably going to. Nope, this is still 35% internal resolution. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second to see how the heck I can. Wow, there should be a better way to look at this chat. This is the first time I tried to stream in YouTube for a long time. Open chat in a new window. Maybe that works? Nope. Pop-up chat. Maybe? Okay, neato. That kinda works better. Okay. For those unaware, Black Ops 4 released. Wow, this doesn't give me any stats of how many people are watching. This is terrible. Peak. No, I don't care about peak concurrent. I care about like current viewership. Well, whatever. Still getting used to this piece of thing. Where's the chat? Oh, I closed it. Here it is. So, I'm experimented with lowering the internal resolution, which have some interesting visual glitches effects. The shadows can be disabled, but you can play around with them a little bit. I have played around with the cooling, C-U-L-L-I-N-G, and the lighting can be tweaked around a little bit. This game in the beta had some really dramatic changes that you could do, which led me to pre-order the game, and then they remove all of them, which is this, well, not all of them, most of them, which is the story of my life. But I think whatever is left is enough to at least make it work on this GPU. So yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. Yeah, the people who are trying to make me say things in Spanish that I won't say out loud are like insults or such. Whoa! Okay, that's unexpected. Huh. Okay, so that's what happens when you play with the lightning system. That is... okay, give me a second. I want to zero in on what variable I changed that actually caused that. Go away. Yeah, I'm using half sample count for volumetric lighting, and I think that was causing like a bug that makes everything dark. Oh, we're gonna find out if that's the case, because I didn't notice that before. Now that's neat. That's neat. That is an interesting effect. So, gotta monitor all the things. Cool. Game takes a while to boot on this game. If someone wants to see me speak Spanish, there's literally a stream that is stored on Nate Gentile's YouTube channel where we discuss the RTX launch, and that's all in Spanish, so you can just go there. Will I be able to run, like, asking the stream is boring, do something, and go do something else? I'm just working. I'm not a dancing monkey. This is what I do. I experiment and try to see what the settings do. Try deleting everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. How many languages do I speak? Just two, regrettably. Speak German, yeah, sure. What a mess of a chat, you people. Yeah, we're gonna get some memes going in the chat. Okay, this is loaded. Let's see if that actually fixed or changed the lighting, because that's interesting. I wonder if you can play like that. I guess we're gonna find out. Thank you to all the people typing 1. That's nice. I was like, oh, the stream froze. No, I think the game froze. Nope, never mind. I'm using Afterburner in order to check the CPU and the GPU usage. It's my standard software for that. It's pretty useful. May your frame rates be high and your temperatures low. Yeah, thank you. You're gonna see the complete contrary on that on this stream. This is madness. I love that that interest being so well received. That people are actually referencing all the time. Well, this is... Get ready for a lot of this. Yep. Mm-hmm. If it's not the game, it's my internet connection. If it's not my internet connection, it's like... This chat's great. No idea. I don't think this is gonna work in any Intel HD that I know. I have been trying to make it work on the dual core new Athlon, but it crashes. It crashes every time it's loading the game. So I think it's a driver setting. It just doesn't crash. It like blue screens the whole computer. So there's something. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but I haven't encountered any other CPU or GPU or whatever that actually. See? All the objects, nope, it was not that. Oh, and it's back online. I think it's a loading issue. Yeah, so this game does some sort of progressive loading. So there's a spike of GPU usage, which is what you're seeing now. Well, it's struggling to load, and then it loads and it goes back to like 20 something. See? You just notice it. It does it there. See? I don't know exactly how that works. But the performance is definitely less with that. So I guess the issue I was seeing with the lighting is not something that I touch in the configuration file, but rather just the game struggling to load on this GPU. Probably maybe a bandwidth issue of some sort. I want to find out. The human eye can see above 17 FPS. The human eye cannot see over 720. Everyone knows that. It's modern art. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty good job when people are not yelling at me. I'm surprised at the amount of people who write me messages just annoyed that I'm making a video on one game and not the Skyrim mods are getting out of hand. And the worst part is the lowest internal resolution that I think the game supports is 30. I don't think it's completely unlocked. But I want to see if the game can handle itself like this. Because if the GT710 is sort of in the border of what I sort of want to try for this game, because if I use a GT1030, which is sort of the next step in what I have. No, actually, next step will be the Athlon and this integrated GPU, but it's crashing and blue screening the game, so that's gonna happen. So the next step will be a GT1030, but I think that is overkill. I think this game can do fine on a GT1030. Press F to give some power to the GT710. Do it. Do it. Press F now. That's a lot of damage. Marvelous. Excellent. Yeah, no, the GT1030 is excellent. Awesome. Okay, let's give it a minute for it to load. I want to prove my theory. If this is a loading issue, it's yep. See, it's a loading issue. So probably a bandwidth issue of some sort. Well, we're gonna see if this works in a moment. Uninstall system 32 for better frame rates. Okay. Chat.
Blackout.
Let's do this crap. Part of the reason of using an internal resolution scaler is that it
classify the mission area.
Text. Chat text in this game really doesn't like this.
Lancer 1-2, bay doors are open.
Like
exit when ready. Flying mission deployment path.
In so far as I have tested, this is as bad as it gets. Like when it needs to render the whole map, it's when it gets worse in terms of performance. So as long as we can keep it over 20 in that area, that should be enough. Yeah, it's so far. It should do better performance once we hit the ground and once the whole game is loaded. There's going to be a lot of spikes to do that sort of streaming that they do, and the very low bandwidth of this. Whoop, here we go. See? Nope, it didn't get better, it got worse. No, it's still like 3 frames over before. Okay. That should be enough. And a backpack. Okay. Armor level 1. Got it.
Potential collapse detected. Advise relocation to indicated safe zone.
Okay. See, moving around, it's gonna have difficulties moving around, probably, mostly. But as long as it keeps itself over 20 FPS, I can sort of get away with it. The performances profile is very different from PUBG. I'm not sure if it's better or worse, it just seems to have very different circumstances. See? Every time you enter a new border that it has to load, it sort of drops. Oh, fuck no. Fuck no, I don't even... Okay. Whoops. Lower the in-game sound. Sure thing. I have halved the in-game sound. Is that better? Wow. Yeah. He got me. Yeah. But if I stay on the match, what's the point? Oh, it's to expectate. Yeah, I don't care. Is this the GDDR3 or GDDR5 GPU? The 710 has 2 versions? That's gonna make things annoying. Gotta look it up. There doesn't seem to be 2 versions of that GPU. There only seems to be one. So you might be thinking of the GT1030. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, starting in YouTube is hard, but it usually helps a lot if you have a solid concept of a solid a consistent and good upload strategy comes from having a good concept of what is the value that you provide and who are you providing that for. If you have that clear, then you can start sort of putting all the other pieces together. A lot of people who start in YouTube don't have a very good clear idea of what they want to provide, not what we just want to do. It's just, oh, they say that the camera is frozen. No, seems okay here. I might be having a CPU issue, so do let me know if like this camera freezes or something. I just did the search under 2 versions. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know which version I have. I'm gonna have to start adding that data. It's a version with a fan and a version with health. Really? Because this is the passively cooled version. This just made a bunch of sounds. Yeah, it's passively cooled. This is a passively cooled GPU. That is part of the... Try use stretch resolution. It boosts FPS. Not really. You're just playing on a lower resolution, which is what boosts it, and then stretching it looks like super ugly. I prefer to use a lower 16:9 resolution. That way, it's still a low resolution, but it's still like not stretched. Yeah, no, the GPU can get pretty hot, and it will get hotter. Isn't this game relatively too new to have a moddable config file? That doesn't really depend a lot of how new the game is. It depends a lot of the engine and the developers. Surprisingly, they left a completely commented and accessible configuration file for this game, which is unusual very unusual for a Call of Duty game. But it's an opportunity for us to explore this. How are you today? Very, very, very nice. How are you? Okay, let's see. Let's try and get far from all the people. See what we find. i7 1050 Ti. That's i7 700. Go if you're going to spend the same amount of money, just go for the 1060 maybe. I prefer the 1050 Ti, but the 1060 is gonna have like a longer lifespan. Probably. It's all blurry. Beautiful, isn't it? Give me a second. I'm just setting the recorder here. Whew. Okay. There's someone here. Damn it. Seriously? I just heard someone else land. That's not what I need. I need a gun. The visual design of the game is not extremely friendly for low resolutions compared to other games that I have tried, but it's still pretty okay. Those white borders on items help a ton. Still no gun. Thank you. Well, damn. Someone's firing. Just give me a... Thank you. It's better than nothing. I don't like this gun, but it's good at certain distances. I'm also gonna have to get really close to an enemy if I want to do anything at this resolution. Also, was it my impression? But there are shadows. That is unusual that there are shadows. That's funny. I thought I had disabled all of them. Okay. That is worth leaving the match for. Wait. I don't care if I get killed. That might be a big problem. Oh, dynamic shadows are enabled. That's unusual. I must have touched the wrong variable. Not good. Not good at all. Interesting. So this don't count as dynamic shadows. Well, well, well. Yes, of course, these are not dynamic, I guess, but I thought that would disable the shadows in the settings. Okay, I made a wrong observation before then. So those are probably control then. Okay. Gotta shut up. Gotta get back to the configuration file. I think I just made an interesting discovery. What probably happened is that the variable that I think controls shadows works inversely of how I think it works. So by trying to disable it, it like enabled all the dynamic shadows. That's an interesting. There are certain variables that work like that backwards, so that will make some sense. Yeah. Okay. For normal, for high resolution volumetric local ambient light, shadows, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, and then increase the shadow texture size again. That is interesting and actually gets me a lot to work with. That is, I'm glad. Okay, so particle shadow support. Disable in dynamic shadows is in 1, disable dynamic light shadows is in 0, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Is that all in terms of shadows? That can be it. This has 2 configuration files that need to mirror each other, so... This has to be 128. Okay, I gotta find a consistent place that still has shadows and test this. Particle shadow support. This is interesting. Or maybe it needed to reboot completely? Well, we're gonna find out, that's for sure. How many threads does this CPU have? It's a quad core with 4 threads. There was no hyper threading on this generation, I think. Well, that is an interesting discovery. I thought the game on the settings disabled all shadows already. But I probably only disable some of them. No, it's like 9:25 in Spain. It's almost 10 p.m. Come on, skip. Interesting. So the real question is, if there are still shadows after you have disabled dynamic shadows in the menu, are they controlled by the same resolution variables in the file? And if they are, can the comments on the file said that the lowest allowed value is 128? But the question is it? Can you go under that value? Because some engines, when you go under the allowed values, they just roll over and just load the highest value again. But maybe that is not the case for this one. Nope, there's no motion blur other variable in the config file as far as I know. It's loaded? Nope. Yeah, they're baked shadows. Thank you. That's the term that I was trying to remember. They're basically baked shadows. So the question here is, if the game still has baked shadows after you have removed the dynamic shadows, does the baked shadows have a change in resolution, or just merge with the ground texture? That is an excellent question as well. I don't know. That's a good. I need to find a drop point in the lobby that always consistently has shadows and test. Yeah, I see one. That is not what I intended. Yep, see, so this seemed to be baked. But they do seem to have some sort of resolution that you can change. So, interesting. So if I find like another player, he shouldn't have... Aha, there goes one. Come here. There you go. See, he has no dynamic shadow under him. So, what happens if we load something under 128? Because here it is. See the comment. This is an extraordinarily well commented configuration file. This rarely happens, but the developer left a bunch of comments, and they label 128 as the lowest shadow texture size. Am I missing any shadow variables? Doesn't seem so. Look at that. Completely missed that. Thank you to whoever said the thing about baked shadows, because it has a variable that controls number of MIPS to drop on sun shadows, which lower numbers causing higher quality, meaning that this could possibly go to 1 or more. We're gonna see about that. This game has 2 configuration files. I need to change both for anything to load, because that's the life that we're living in. Because, for example, for the number of MIPS that you can drop on effects and there's a number of MIPS that you can drop on stream textures, and sometimes if you load like a bigger number here, the engine reads it and just the textures look hilarious, but not in this game. If you load something like 4 or 5, it just reverts to 0. So I'm inclined to believe that you can't experiment outside those values, but I guess we're gonna find out. Thank you to the people being kind to me in the chat. Have you tried the 200G on this game? I did. It blue screens. I think there might be an issue with the driver or something, but when the game tries to load, it blue screens. It might not be the driver now that I think about it. It might be the RAM, because there's a warning at the start of the game about not detecting enough RAM, and that has 8 gigs, but 2 of them are being used by the GPU, so that it might be an issue with integrated GPUs and 8 gigs of RAM in general. I haven't cared about testing further enough to figure it out. Yeah, I might see in most comments. Hey, Bisas, Alex here. Low. I do too much tweaking, that's the point. I want to see what's the limit of what I can do. You can lower the amount of here's the thing. If you lower on the BIOS the amount of RAM that is assigned to the GPU, it doesn't matter, because if the game runs out of VRAM in using an integrated GPU, it just rolls over and starts consuming normal RAM, which is what it was doing in the first place. So I don't see any change in the shadows. There's much better performance in some places though. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be any change on the big shadows. Let's do one more experiment before trying the game again. Let's drop this to 8. See if it actually accepts values there. Although this might only control dynamic shadows, there's a very high probability it does. But if it only controls dynamic shadows and we don't see a change, then it really doesn't matter, because you can't really play around with them. Not for the stream at least. Maybe I will record something about it later. Also, see, motion blur is disabled, but it's still happening when you jump out of the plane, I guess. No, this doesn't count as cheating in the game at all, because all you're doing is just changing the configuration files. I think the only game that I have ever seen that is stubborn enough to actually say, the only company that I've heard to say, that if you change the configuration files with like a text editor, it's cheating. It's like Bluehole. Well, they have... They're a little bit disoriented all the time. No, I have tried doing videos on the Metro remake games, but the configuration file doesn't really have a lot that you can change. So... Yeah, I know. The game of that developer is hilarious, isn't it? If there's a reason, yeah, there has to be a reason why you can't use a value below or above what it says you can use. Yeah, that when they created the configuration file, basically the configuration file is the engine reading a bunch of variables that is going to be assigned, and sometimes they check that it's a simple statement that they can add to check if the variable is within a certain range, and if it isn't, it rejects it in order to avoid certain bugs. That is normal. This is not being streamed directly on this machine, streamed through a capture card. Soul Calibur 6, yeah, on the in about 2 weeks. That's the plan, to have a game, the Soul Calibur. really want to do it on the GPT one too. Not sure if it's possible, but that's sort of the my hope right now. Yeah, no, I know the shadows. It rolled over to the higher settings. I didn't do a damn thing. Okay. Yep. See, it rolled to 248. So this, maybe you cannot see, but you can see now. The if you put a value under 128, the game just resets to some predefined default value. So it is checking for that range. So if you put something outside of that range, the engine just goes and doesn't know what to do, and just sets them back. So not a good idea. Question: did it freaking change anything else? Nope, it didn't. Seems to be in order. And the internal resolution is in 35. Yeah, and it allows a lowest of 30. That should be enough. Let's play the darn game. Did the capture card froze? There's a possibility. Nope. It was just loading. Yep, okay. Nice. Okay. You can skip the intro video in the options of the config file. Ah, that is useful to know. But next time I close, I will search for that option. That is neato. That is neat information. Just play, asks someone, and I say, you know, just playing, that's not what I do. Playing video games. Just playing video games. How much did you pay for this system? I have no freaking idea. So individual components that I have been putting together for a while. Can we set settings from the lowest but without making it pixelated? Yes, reduce everything else and just leave internal resolution alone. The video's explaining what each thing does, right? Does window game mode really help? Not at all. I haven't... Oh, I thought I had clicked deploy. I haven't seen a single change from game mode in any game ever. Will you ever do budget this or budget PCs? The thing is, a budget PC is completely relative. Heck, a low-end GPU is completely relative. Every single one of my friends will have a completely different definition of what that means. What's my favorite graphics card? It's probably the GT 1030, but it's getting a little bit too expensive for my liking. What can you do to improve a CPU bottleneck? Remove background programs on msconfig, on background services on msconfig, everything that is not from Windows. Reduce starter programs on system configurator. Just reduce the footprint of the OS as much as possible. Also, if the game allows you to do something like remove the amount of enemies, because the CPU tends to do a lot of the like AI, That could help. I ironically have invested a lot of money in some of my videos, which is ironic. Yeah, I try not to overclock unless I have no other choice. Especially if the heating on a GPU like this one's already on its limit. Comparing a GPU with a APU is I wouldn't say silly, but it's not a perfect idea. Excellent. I'm gonna go like really far from anyone else. That way I can finally test this fully. Super chat won't work. Okay. Maybe I have a second to check that. That is unusual. I have super chat enabled. Yeah, super chat is enabled. If it doesn't work, then YouTube's just trolling me as usual. Oh, never mind, I run out of time. Whoa, I'm in the middle of absolute nowhere. There, okay. It depends. Some people are asking what will it take, what GPU would it take to bottleneck Athlon 200G. It depends on the game. It depends entirely on the game. Video regarding the difference between a normal hard drive and SSD. In my experience, there's no performance difference. The performance difference is like to how much time it takes to load. Not really. Not really a performance difference. Unless you have a really bad hard drive, the hard drive doesn't really affect performance that much. Unless it's a game that has a lot of streaming, and once again you have a really bad hard drive, like something that is failing. At least, well, that's my experience. Neato. At least I have a gun. Ah, hello there. Okay, do I have anything that can attach to this? Lol. Okay. Ah, that's useful. Alright. Ooh. Okay, that's much better. Recon card. What was that? Yeah, I should run. Oh, not a good position to be in. If the GPU you're using haven't had receive a new driver for like 8 years, then use whatever latest driver you have, but you don't have much options. When the system uses H8, okay, when you run out of RAM, will an SSD help? No. An SSD is fast, but it's still massively slow compared to RAM. It's still gonna stutter like insanity. Will the game load fast enough for me to react, or will I die? Yeah, right now the game's loading, I think. So that's why the FPS is so low. It really, really doesn't like this low-end GPUs for streaming a big world. Might have to try a regular deathmatch later. Ooh. Nope, this one's better. Whatever. I'm using Afterburner as an FPS counter. I always use Afterburner. What's the point of... whatever. The fuck was that?
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
I should keep running. I don't think like Battle Royale's gonna die. It's just gonna become another genre. And it's gonna find its niche and find its audience, and that's it. Those are flying orange things. Okay. It's probably an enemy of some sort. Whoa, shit. That was someone was firing at me. Who? When? I'm never going to see anyone like this. Okay. Well, I haven't still been shot, so we're doing something alright. Time to run for it. Okay, see if we can find anyone. It at least can maintain over 20 FPS. Well, 19, I guess. But it's with running. When I stop, it increases, probably because it's slowed in chunks of the world. Interesting. Oh, we're almost on the safe zone. Good. That's where the real fun begins. Whoa, there we go. There we go. I see him. This gun's terrible for that. Okay, I'm being fired by two sides. Yep. Time to get me out of his place. Come on. Oh, yeah. Damn it. Nope, you can't hit me. Ha ha ha! I'm getting him! I'm getting him! Come on. Come on, I'm almost there. Oh, did I got him? I totally did. Nice. Or someone else did, but he's dead, and that's what matters. No, he's not dead. God damn it. That was nice. What is that supposed to be? That the bah. Yeah, let's try again. That was fun. Yeah, that was messy, wasn't it? Oh shit. Oh boy. I mean, I've been playing all this time. And this is basically what I do. Oh, Call of Duty. Why did you do this to me? How long have I been streaming? This other one now? Okay. This match in a couple of like. I'm bad at this. Yeah.
Blackout.
Whoa, that was quick.
Infiltrate, engage, and destroy.
We're cleared to drop. Look up, bail on your go.
Mm-hmm. F. Oops, wrong mouse. It's not doing as bad as I expected. At least with frame rates like this, I don't think I'm going to get all the comments of people going, "Oh, you're not using a real low NPC or something." Well, who am I lying? They're probably still gonna comment that. No guns. Of course. Ah! Nice. I hear gunshots from the left.
Potential collapse detected.
Oh.
Relocation to indicated safe zone is advised.
Bollocks. Oh, whatever. Let's... Nope, nope. There you go. Oh, you people. I swear to God, I could just say anything here. You guys are just not having your own conversation in the chat. You don't even need me. No idea how this game will run in another setup. I don't know. I haven't benchmarked it on enough things to have an idea. There's not a cohesive definition of low end anyway. Like if you ask someone who works on a gaming publication, a PC gaming publication or something, they will tell you like a GTX 1050 is low end. So it doesn't really matter. That arguing about the definition is completely useless. That's why I've tried to limit myself to, wow, this is terrible. Someone's coming. Left? Right? Ah, there they go. Yeah, that was completely useless. Gotta wait for the game to load.
Circle collapse imminent.
Come on, load. God damn it, there it goes. I try to just use the minimum settings as a reference, and as long as I'm under those minimum settings, I can feel satisfied no matter what people say. I would have preferred if I could keep the game on at least 30 FPS, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen for this GPU. God, the GT 1030 is so much over this one that it will probably just do fine. It's footage. Is it possible to disable grass? Nope, because that will be cheating. Oh my God! Okay, see? That's the sort of circumstance where it doesn't really help to have a very low resolution where you cannot distinguish game enemies. Whoops! Let's try like classic deathmatch, running around shooting things. Multiplayer. Fine match. Freaking campers. Yeah, that was a camper, yeah. Two FPS equals playable. I have no idea what class I selected or what I'm supposed to do here. I didn't have time to load anything. Next month I won't be a LowSpecGamer anymore. Well, I'm sad about that. Glad that you could get a better GPU. I hope you continue watching. Oh, what the fuck is this? Is there anything that is just like a solder, like a normal, just regular? Well, too late.
Control. Defend all zones.
Oh, this is better. Wow. Okay, maybe because the maps are smaller. Woo. Okay. Wow, this is significantly better. Interesting. Auto spawn. Yeah, let's go.
Taking Alpha. We're contesting A. Laser well, GTG.
Whoa!
We're defending A.
Mother.
We're contesting A.
Come on, come on. Damn it, this is not bad. This is actually a pretty good performance.
Enemy UAV above.
Wow, okay. I didn't expect this game to have such different performance profile for different levels. Wow, this is great! Oh my god. Oh my god, that was abysmal.
We're nearly out of lives. Hostile UAV circling.
I will feel satisfied when I can at least take on someone. God.
Black Ops are taking B.
Come on. Oh my god, that was... I have forgotten just... Oh, Call of Duty.
Taking Bravo.
Violence, yeah, absolutely. Whoa.
We're defending Bravo.
Shit, I mean... 10 seconds. I can't survive more than 10 freaking seconds.
Bravo lost. All zones lost. Black Ops
Huh.
have control.
Bravo. Bravo. Beautiful. Beautiful.
In the game.
I'm gonna try one more and then just throw myself in some other thing. I don't think VRAM's a difference. I just think the maps are smaller.
Take all enemy zones.
Wow, this performance is amazing.
Black Ops
How do you slide? Oh god damn it.
capturing B.
They're gone.
Multiplayer games where you have plenty of time to learn how to play a game before throwing you to the wolves.
Hostiles contesting Alpha.
Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Enemies are contesting A.
Okay. Oh god damn it.
Hostiles contesting Bravo.
Oh fucking god.
Enemies contesting
Oh god! That was horrifying. Oh jeez.
Firebreak destroyed.
Hostiles contesting Alpha. Capturing multiple zones. Enemy Hellstorm detected.
Oh god, jeez.
Taking multiple zones.
Wire in place.
Enemies contesting Alpha. The enemy team is running low on lives.
Oh god.
Black Ops forces are contesting.
No!
Running low on lives.
No, there are any mods in the chat. I don't have any mods. This is like
Alpha locked down.
sort of a first try for me in a long time.
Enemies contesting
Yeah,
Bravo.
please stop spamming.
Capturing Bravo.
Whoever is spamming, stop it. You're being warned. Okay? It looks like the bottleneck is the player. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna do well. Oh god damn it!
Hostiles contesting Bravo. The enemy team have
Yeah, kind of difficult when this is just an experiment, an unannounced experiment. I put him in timeout, it's gonna be okay.
We've taken Bravo. We have total control.
Huh? Okay, I definitely didn't contribute to this win.
Watching your work, crew.
Well, he killed me, that's for sure. There you go. Okay, I think that's enough.
Defend all zones.
I'm gonna just leave match. Yeah. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Okay. So how was that? Okay, I'm done. So the research is interesting, and I definitely think a lot of this data could be fed up into the actual video that I would like to do about this. Obviously, a video about this game and a hypothetical video about this game won't be ready until like not this week, but like next week. It's gonna take a ton of time to edit, and I haven't even started writing a script. But I guess there is hope after all. Definitely some small things here and there. Thank you for accompanying me as I try to do this. If you need to ask me anything, My Twitter is in the description. My Discord link's in the description. I hang around the Video Talk channel, so if you post something there, I would likely see it eventually. And I pretty much respond and read everything that I can. So thank you for accompanying me to this experiment. Hopefully this will be the first of other experiments that I can do in terms of streaming my work as I work. So it's late. Have a good night, everyone.